Wait. So how are you going to introduce this and get it started?
I'm going to start out and I'm going to go, BAM! We're going to have fun. Come on. Let's change some lives, okay? See what we can do.
Great.
All right. Ready? Hey guys, what's going on? It's Andy Elliott. If you're in sales, I know you've heard the word ADD, ADHD everywhere. Everybody told me, oh, you got ADD, you got ADHD. They told me when I was younger. And by the way, I'm here with Jim, and Jim has helped over 10,000 people who have been told that they have ADD and ADHD. He has a 94% success rate on helping them. And by the way, it's called Fast Brain. It's insane, and I love it. And I believe this to be true, and you want to hear this. If you're in sales, if you run a team, you're going to have tons of people that have that fast brain. They're moving around. I bet you have it. You're going to want to listen to what Jim has to say. Jim, number one, thank you for being here. Listen, this is not a podcast to let you know. This is an education video. It's going to help you make more money. It's going to help you with your energy. It's going to help you stay focused. Jim, you're the guy, over 10,000 people. You're 75 years old right now. Is that right?
Right.
He is on fire to teach this, and I asked Jim to come share it with all of you. Jim, let her rip. What do we need to know?
Andy, thank you. You know, everybody talks about the tortoise and the hare. Remember that story? Oh, I just love that story because slow and steady wins the race. When does slow and steady win the race? It sure hadn't won in any of my things that I've done. It doesn't work in any business. Slow and steady, you better hang it up. And so what we have been taught all our life, the slow and steady wins the race. I'm going to tell you that you don't realize this, but the rabbit he won 1,000 races before he fell asleep against a tree. So
right.
If you realize that he's won 1,000 times, well, why did he lose that one time? Well, he lost the one time because he was asleep. He was bored. He had a rough night, and he had stayed up all night, and he fell asleep. Who would you bet on the next race? I'd bet on the rabbit. Mm-hmm. And what we have done in the world is we're trying to make rabbits turtles. And let's give all the rabbits out there, let's give them some Adderall, some Ritalin, and make a rabbit a turtle. And you go, Jim, that's kind of silly. Well, that's what we're doing in life. And so instead of saying that you're ADD, so what does ADD stand for? I stood up at a group of 300 psychiatrists and I said, so what is ADHD? It's attention deficit hyperactive disorder. And I said, y'all have been showing slides, you've been showing scans of brains and all this. I'm not saying that I'm not different, but I don't have an attention problem. I can play a video game for an hour. My kids can play a video game nonstop. And so when a patient would come in and I'd say, well, can you play a video game for an hour? Oh, yeah. Can you play outside and play soccer for an hour? Oh, yeah. And can you play basketball for an hour? Yeah. Well, you don't have ADD. See you later.
Hey guys, every day I see in the comment section that people are like, Andy, how can I train with you? How can I get close to you? I'm a sales leader. I'm in sales. I'm an entrepreneur. I'm a business owner. Listen, if you want to coach with me, I want to help you. Look, there's a link below on this YouTube video. If you just go down below, there's a link in this YouTube video. And basically, if you click on it, all I ask for is your name and your phone number, and it says, what do you want to learn from me? And by the way, it gives me permission to reach out to you. If you'll fill that out, I will personally reach out to you and we will make a game plan. Now listen, I want to say it one more time. Let's get back to the video. If you've been watching my content, if you want a breakthrough, if you want to change your life, you want to go to another level, whether you're broke and you're trying to look for the breakthrough, or you're at the top of your game and you operate from the state of madness like me and you're just a psycho for learning, I am that coach that wants to push you hard. And so if you're ready for a breakthrough this year, go down, click on that link, fill out the information. It gives me permission to reach out to you. We're in a new era, right? And I always laugh at it and I say, man, you give me the right to push you, I promise you, this coach is going to change your life. So go click on that link. I love you guys. I'll reach out to you myself, fill out your information, do it right now, and then let's get back to the video.
What have we done? We have them playing sports, we're cheering, we're running, they're running up and down, crashing into everybody, and then they come running into the schoolroom and we sit them down to read Elizabeth Browning's poem and going, I am bored stiff. And that is exactly right. So I don't have an attention problem. I sure don't have a deficit because I can pay attention. And then I'm not hyper, I'm just active. Okay? Andy's the perfect one. He's active, he's nonstop. Could he be what he is if he wasn't nonstop active? The answer is no. If he was a tortoise, none of us would be here. I wouldn't be here because I take risks. He's taking risks. There's not an entrepreneur in America that hasn't taken risks and is fast brain. And then the next group coming along, they're not fast brain. And you say, well, what is fast brain? Well, I had a girl in the office. She was a head cheerleader. She was a beauty queen, and she was president of her class. And now she's crying after I gave her this great talk on ADD. And she goes, I go, wait a minute, Sarah, why are you crying? And she said, well, you told me I have ADHD and you give me a pill, so there must be something wrong with me. And I went, whoa. So that night, 2 a.m, I think, we got to change the name. And so we're changing this to fast brain. So I jump out, type it in the computer, the left side, hey, you idiot, you misspelled it. And the right side of my brain's going, yeah. And so fast brain was born. We have Fast Brain in my clinics, Fast Brain Academy, Fast Brain Learning Center. So everything is Fast Brain. And because this is go, go, go. So I'm at a party. It's a Kentucky Derby party. I've only been to one in my life. And this party, and the TV screen is up here. The guy says, what do you do for a living? I said, well, I take care of Fast Brain. What's that? And so I turn around and see those horses getting in the chute? Those are all my patients. Now, there's fence on both sides because my patients have to stay in line. There's got to be a border. But once they say go, they're going to be all over the place. So, and then I turn back around. Well, they say go, and I'm not looking at the race. Guy says, well, what do you do with that last place horse on the turn? It's horse 26. This is a true story. And so I said, well, everybody's given up on horse 26. He's in last place. He's no good. He's got problems. His mom and dad are upset with him because he just can't do it. And I said, but I don't give up on horse 26. I'm going to support him. One day he may turn out to own the place and he's going to be shine. So you do that. And so I turn around and that's the end of that story. And then the guy says, look at horse 26. And I turn around. He's on the back stretch. He's in the middle of the pack. I'm at a party, don't know anybody, and I'm yelling at horse 26 at the screen. And then he comes around the last turn and he's in 4th place. I am really screaming. And then guess who wins the race? You know who's going to win?
Horse 26.
Horse 26.
Dude, I'm horse 26, baby. Comment below if you're horse 26.
And I had tears coming down. I would give a talk twice a month. I'd have 70 parents come. I would tear up. Every mother there would tear up because they felt their child was in last place. And I took every one of those kids to 1st place. But I didn't do it. They did it. I'll never forget this big guy, African-American guy, comes in and I said, so how's life? How's it going? And he tears up and I go, uh-oh, things aren't working. And he goes, and he could barely talk. He said, and I'm going to tear up thinking about it. Dr. Jim, I'm okay. And I went, whoa. And I have helped over 10,000, but people figured it. It's not a day go by or certainly a week go by. If I'm in the store, Home Depot or somewhere, I get somebody coming up to me and saying, thank you for all this.
Wow.
And so it's really a real thing to understand that. And so we're saying, but okay, that's well and good. You use the term fast brain, big deal, but I'm ADHD. Yeah, you've been told your whole life you're not any good and you can't do it. So I'm taking a golf lesson from Rolf Deming down at Saddlebrook. He was handpicked by Arnold Palmer. This was years ago. And he goes, I get to practice. I want to play tennis. I play in state and national tournaments. And he said, so what do you do? I said, well, I shoot about 80 every time. And he said, well, let's go play 18 holes. So we did. First one I hit in the rough. I'm nervous as all get out. And he said, hit another one. I hit it down the middle. So as I'm about to hit my first ball, he said, come over here and drop it. I put it in the sand trap, hit another one, put it on the green. We do that for 18 holes. So I'm playing really my own best ball. So he said, now what's your problem? I said, well, I shoot about an 80. He said, you shot a 62. And I said, no, I didn't. No. Did I hit any? I said, no, sir. And he said, you have a 60. The 62 is in you. The trick is to get it out every time. The sales is in you. And what Fast Brain does, it tells you, how do I crush sales? How do I get my quotas done? Well, it's in you, but I just don't know how to get it out. And that's where fast brain. So why was I successful with so many? I didn't advertise. My nurse and I, Samay was phenomenal. We'd see almost 40 patients a day.
Wow.
And doctors would say, how do you see more than 3? How do you do that? And then they're chastising me. You must be fast and quick. And I'd say, yeah, we are. But I've already had to talk to the parents. And so then when they bring their child in, the trick was I didn't talk to the parent. I talked to the child. And the parent would walk out and go, gosh, he talked to my child the whole time. Yeah, I didn't need to talk to you. But the child feels good.
You're such a good man, dude.
Well, and then the child would go, well, mom would go, well, he makes a D in English. And I would, so he's in the 4th grade. And I'd go, you made a D in English? And I'd say just like that. And he'd go, yeah, and his self-esteem's down. And I said, so did I. Give me 5. I hate English, didn't you? Yeah, I hate English too. And the mother's going, what doctor am I going to? And then I said, but I knew that he made an A in math because my nurse had told me, or a B in math. And I said, so how do you do in math? And he said, oh, I made a B plus. I said, how'd you do that? Now we're talking about B. We're not talking about English grade. Mom's bringing him in because he's making a D in English. And I'm going, I don't give a rip. What do you do well? And then we get the kid, what sport do you play? And then I look at their t-shirt. Well, let's talk about what you do. We talk about anything but school. So why does a kid like video? I got 30 reasons that a kid likes a video. And it's things like, is it fast? Yeah. Can you start over? Yeah. What happens if you fail? Well, you get frustrated, you get mad, but you go back again. You get going again. Can you be loud? Yeah. You can yell and scream if you want. Can you move around? Yeah. All right, so that's just a few. Well, let's go to school. Is school slow or fast? It's boring. Can you talk? You do? Yeah, but you go to the principal's office. Can you get out of your seat? No. I mean, school was built for the 1800s and early 1900s for people to see if they work in a factory.
I love this dude, man. I can just tell you, I love it, but keep going.
So, so as soon as somebody starts feeling, as soon as I knew that the 62 was in me, I could do anything. And that's what I taught the kids. Yes, I've done a lot of things. I had clinics, I had businesses. I was at $186,000 in debt at one time. My wife was juggling crush. I understand the pains that you're having with ADHD. But we go to fast brain because we don't have an attention problem. Our brains are fast. They're quick.
Yeah, and I want to make sure I tell everybody, number one, at this point, is this incredible? I mean, you guys can understand why I have Jim here. When I met him and I started talking about ADD, ADHD, and all this stuff, he's like, man, that's a superpower. He's like, it's a straight superpower. It's fast brain. It means that you're built to do big stuff. And, people don't say stuff like that to people like us. I remember when I was younger and I was in 2nd grade, I was kicked out of class because I just couldn't hold still. And they're like, you're weird. When really I was bored. I was not interested. Okay. I study now every day. I learn now every day. I love to learn about business. I love to learn that stuff. But if I'm not interested in it, right, and it bores me, I just kind of get like, I'm ready to move because I'm a very active person. You know what I'm saying?
Well, because of you, I said, okay, got to figure sales. So I developed a Fast Brain Sales Advantage course.
Yes.
And in that course, we're complete transformation of who you are. We've got tools to let you figure out who you are. So a complete transformation. Then what are your advantages? Being fast brain, it's not a disadvantage. You're so far have the advantage over the salesperson down the street or in the next cubicle because you know that. And then we've got to figure out what's my tactical deployment? What am I going to do? How do I put all this together? And then how do I mentally master all this? And we've got to figure that out. And then how's my learning accelerated? How can I do it? That's what we do in the course. This course is talking about how your brain
works. And I want to tell you guys, this course, guys, right here, this course, he was asking me where you should price it because he built it out, which, by the way, let me explain this. $99. $99. It comes with a book that's literally over 100 pages. A PDF,
150.
Yeah, a PDF book over 150 pages that comes with the course. And the course has over 30 training modules in it.
Right.
And guys, just so you guys know, like I don't promote other people's stuff. Jim, every one of you guys need to support Jim. Jim's doing this. He's 75 and you need to support him he's learned this his whole life and show him massive love and go learn what he knows. And guys, that course is below. I put the link down in the YouTube description box right now. And all you got to do is just click on it. And literally for $99, you get the 150 page full PDF, which he's wrote out to fully understand everything. That's your next book to read. And then 30 training modules, understanding fast brain and everything that he just talked about.
And we're going to have, I've got so much in the cupboard that I just want to throw it out because I'm here. I'm retired. Mm-hmm. I don't need to work, but I'm here to help these guys.
I know you are.
And if I can help them like I help my patients, then one win is all I need. My why for living, I had a brother that died of cerebral palsy that I found dying. He was jaundiced at birth. I was as jaundiced as he was. I played tennis at Clemson. All these things that posit a doctor. I'm sitting here. Mm-hmm. My job is to help that one person, and that's my why. So the one thing I want you to find, if I can say, if you're a fast brain, find your why and get a support group. Get some good people that help you to get there. Mm-hmm. But I am going to be with all you guys. And I don't know how I'm going to do that, but I know that we're going to develop a coaching program, and I'm used to one-on-one. We're going to figure that out. I want you get the questions, you get them to me, I'll get you the answers. And that's what I want to do.
Yeah, I want to do this. Number one, every one of you, right? You use an email, right?
Yes.
Okay. I'm going to have them create an email and I'm going to put it right here on the screen. And any of you that have any questions, because I know there's a lot of you that will, you guys can email that and that will go straight to him. Okay. Number two, that course that he created, which I couldn't believe he made it. Just because everything that you've done that's changed, 10,000 plus, patients' lives at a 94% success rate. That's insane. And clearly he can go on, honestly, for probably 50 days straight of just dropping new information about how we can be more productive. Number one, sell more, close more deals, make more money, have a happier life, and never, ever for the rest of our life feel like we're at a disadvantage and understand that we are at an advantage. Yeah. Okay.
Well, you see patterns. We do phenomenal pattern recognition. Yeah. We're ahead of the game. Mm-hmm. I know a close friend who's a highway patrol. We were talking about this last night, and he said, "See those lights in the back of the cars way down the road? He's already planned. He knows what the cars are doing, the patterns, what's happening. If I'm in a crisis situation with a child, I know exactly what I am." Adapting. We adapt so daggum fast.
Yes.
We were told that, this is what kills me. Teachers and all saying, son, he doesn't have good processing speed. ADD, they don't have good processing speed. Bull, we can process like crazy. Can a quarterback process in 1.5, 2 seconds? Yeah, he drops back, figures out how to throw the ball to us. Well, he's got 6 linemen at 350 pounds trying to knock his block off. That's what we do. That's why we're good, but we don't know it.
Well, I think, have you ever heard the term street smarts?
Yeah.
And then book smarts, right?
Right.
And I just remember I was always like, I'm not very book smart, but I'm street smart. And I've always said that, and basically what I learned is I'm actually very book smart, because if I'm interested in any book, I'll master it. I will master anything that I'm interested in. But I say I'm street smart because I can adapt very fast. Yeah. If I'm in any situation, I figure out quickly, like within a second, 20 different ways that this could go. And then I figure out which way to go, and I go that way. And people are always like, how'd you figure that out so fast? How do you, like I do objection handling on stage, and I don't know what someone's going to hit me with. I don't know what they're going to ask me. I don't know how good they are, nor do I care. And the second you hit me, my back's against the wall, I bury it.
Yeah.
Because my mind is running at rapid pace. But my teachers would say, you're not going to make it.
Exactly. And they say, why don't you focus? Well, because you got boring. You talk to the...
Right, but I'm hyper-focused as long as I'm interested.
That's right. So you can change your focus, and that's one of our assets. Every one of you guys can hyper-focus. Mm-hmm. And that's the beauty of this. So we talked about processing speed, hyper-focus, adaptability. We can reset like that. I can be in a conversation with you and we're in the middle of the sentence. Somebody walks in and I am interrupted, finish the sentence with them and then go back to you and start right where I was and never miss a beat.
Yep.
And they go,
I do it every day.
Yeah. And so do these guys. But then you've got to learn the horse race. You got to be between the fences.
Yeah.
You got to
understand the game.
And you got to know that the 62 is in you.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It is in you. And that the turtle, he's a turtle.
Yeah.
Don't change him.
Yeah.
You're the rabbit. Understand that you're the rabbit. You're the hare.
Yeah.
And don't quit.
Yeah. Don't let the world turn you from a rabbit into a turtle.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And then but they don't understand me. I don't care if they don't understand you.
They make statues out of people who are misunderstood.
Everyone.
Turtles don't get statues.
That's exactly right. But I think it's so important that you begin to understand. What we really strive in the course is to try to really get you to understand who you are. Mm-hmm. So I'm not trying to make you a better salesperson. I'm trying to make you a better person just by understanding your own mindset. Mm-hmm. How do I function? And then how do I function better at home? My wife is analytical and she doesn't understand when I come in and I'm thinking of other things. She wants to tell me a long story. I still, I go, well, what'd you do today? Oh, I went to the store and I saw Susie. And you remember Susie's sister who had a son that did this and that? And I go, I'm checked out.
Hey, I need you to talk to my wife and tell her I'm okay. Because I do the same thing every night.
Yeah, and so we need to learn how to regroup.
She needs to take the course too.
Well, but we have...
No, so she can understand us.
That's right. But we need to also understand the turtle. So we got a whole section on understanding.
They're both good.
They're both good.
And
they both can teach the other person. Yeah. But you can see we have lots of different avenues. Because being fast brain, we are fast.
Yeah.
We're not slow. And it is such an asset. Now, how can you do that? How can you take the risk? How can you win? Do you lose at taking risks? Yeah, you lose at taking risks. And, I had people when I would take a risk and lose and start a business and it flopped and they go, I told you not to do that. Yeah. But then I would win and they would go, gosh, how'd you do that? That is phenomenal. I was in a meeting with 80 doctors. We had formed this big group and I realized that I didn't like what was happening. We were big in debt. They were trying to get us bought out on the stock market. I stood up, said we're being railroaded. They said, Jim, if you don't do this, you're out of here. 80 doctors. It was how I made a living. I walked out. And my wife said, how was your meeting? I said, pretty good. We're unemployed. But it wasn't me. And I want you to be you. That's what I want.
I love it. Guys, number one, comment below right now, right? Show him massive love. What was your favorite part? My favorite part was a factory worker with the schools. I mean, I high-fived you mid-deal, and I knew I broke your train of thought because I just got super excited because it's the age of the linchpin. You got to stand out. You got to be different. You got to make relationships that others can't, and you got to embrace what you got. And a lot of people out there, especially in the entrepreneur space, they're fast-brained people, and we've already established that. Guys, go show Jim massive love, okay? Learn everything that he knows. 150-page book. You're going to get the full PDF. You can learn everything about it. I've got the book. I've chewed it up. I can't tell you how valuable it is, not only to understand me and other people, but also to understand my team and others around me as I teach, as I learn, as I even talk to clients that are the same way. It's dangerous. The 30 training video module, I'm halfway through it. It's insane. Okay. And it's $99. Like nothing costs $99 in this world. And so go get it, soak it up. I'm going to put his email on the screen again. Shoot him an email if you have any questions. And Jim, I just want to say thank you for being here, man.
Thank you for allowing
Probably
me.
One of my best ones. I love his attitude. I love his energy. Guys, he's 75. And I always say this, like he's running with more energy than a 16-year-old. Okay.
Well, my secret to all this is I followed Andy around for 3 days, and then I just took notes, and then I just do what he says and how he acts. I know he is so fast-brained. He is so fast-brained. But I want to say that's why he said I'm successful. Yeah. That is why, not because. It is why. So, Andy, thank you for having me.
Love you, brother. You guys have a blessed day. Make sure you guys subscribe, like the channel. Make sure you guys email Jim if you have any questions. Get his course, 99 bucks. Quit being cheap. Buy it, train it, study it, learn it. We'll see you guys in the next video. Hey guys, thank you so much for watching the video. You're the true 1%er. How do I know that? Because most people, they never finish. Winners live where quitters quit. Most people didn't make it to the end, but you guys did. That's how I built my life. So I want to say thank you. Don't stop. Keep up the training. Remember, I asked, share the video. Make sure that you guys subscribe to the channel so you get the newest stuff the fastest. Set up the notification so it hits you right away. And make sure you go right into another video. Nowhere else but with me, Andy Elliott. And if you want to train with me, go to trainwithandyelliott.com right now or click the link in the description box below. I'll reach out. We'll make a plan.